pleased to introduce Ms. Jim Saywell. Jim is the outgoing president for the Student Government Association. He will graduate today with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and Psychology. Mr. Saywell.
Members of the University Board of Trustees, President Curran, Provost Saliba, administrators, members of the faculty, parents, family members, friends, and the graduating class of 2011. We are gathered here together to celebrate our time at the University of Dayton. Today, probably more than any day before this, we as a class are all feeling the same things. Happiness and sadness, accomplishment and nervousness, friendship and longing, nostalgia, and one last thing. One last thing that at the beginning of our time at UD, we didn't understand: community. Think back to our orientation. Many of the things that we feel now are the same that we felt back then. Then, we were happy just to be in college. Now, we are happy to have accomplished one of the greatest things that any of us has thus far in our lives. Then we were sad, even if we didn't want to admit it, to leave our parents and high school friends to meet a group of strangers. Now, we are sad to leave those same strangers, people that we now call family. And then, at our orientation, we heard this word community more than all the free t-shirts, free pizza, and awkward introductions combined. And now we struggle to put that feeling, that incredible feeling of community into words, because it is what defines our University of Dayton experience, and it is why we are gathered here today. As a tour guide, I've had the opportunity to answer the question, what's your favorite thing about UD, many, many times throughout my 4 years. And I admit to you today that I have never once been satisfied, even close satisfied, with my answer. Somehow I always begin to ramble on and on, overusing the word in the definition. Community this and community that. Well, today, I am incredibly honored and humbled to try to answer that question one more time on behalf of the University of Dayton graduating class of 2011. What do we love so much about UD? What are those butterflies, that tingling feeling that we call community? I certainly don't have the whole list, but we have all been here for 4 years, and we know. When your heart races when you walk through campus after a long time away, and every single person seems to be your long-lost best friend, that's community. When you look up and notice that the chapel is blending in perfectly with the gorgeous blue sky, or that someone is actually bowling at the hangar, or that Stewart Hill has the perfect sledding conditions, we feel community. When you yell, "Go UD!" to a group of students on a tour, you understand community. When you do something out of your ordinary UD routine and attend a retreat or participate in service, you should not be surprised when you and all of your newfound friends feel community. When you stay after class to talk current events with someone who started this semester as your professor, but who is now your friend, community. When you see that person sitting at the galley, not as a stranger, but as a potential friend, that's the UD community. And when today, you look to your left and to your right and realize that you share something so special, so unique with those people, that we will forever be connected, forever united as the class of 2011, I don't need to explain it. You feel it. It is community. By now we know that this community is no accident. It is inherent in who we are as the University of Dayton, a Catholic Marianist school that every day and in every action strives to promote this feeling of community. Now, class of 2011, we know it exists here at UD, But we need to take this sense of community to wherever we are heading, to the real world. We hear often that UD is in a bubble. You know how it goes. We are sheltered at UD. This sense of community doesn't exist in the real world. No one randomly says hi. No one stays up on hours and hours on end with their roommates. No one outside of this bubble stays friends forever. Well, if UD is in a bubble, let us make it our goal to burst that bubble, to take what we have learned and experienced and spread it throughout the world, throughout the nation, bring community to our friends, to our coworkers, to our spouses, to our families, to our cities. Let us burst this bubble and bring our sense of community to the world. So today, as we celebrate our graduation, full of emotions, full of happiness, full of tears, and full of community, with our families and lifelong friends, let us always remember how this feeling, this right here, feels. And let us take that feeling and live that feeling as the University of Dayton, class of 2011, and as one proud and accomplished community. Thank you.